What's going on, guys? Twintuitive717. I am back with the Saucy Beaver, back at Good Vibes. And, I was just thinking about that community post and, how they're like, can you please never utter the words Saucy Beaver ever again? It's like, okay, Karen, can you guys imagine yourselves with your kids, right, out at the park or something, and you call your kid Schnookums, and another mom or dad turns to you and they're like, could you please never utter the word Schnickums ever again? I'd be like, yo, somebody about to get slapped up, bro. Okay? She's my kid. Asking me not to call my kid their nickname? What wrong with you? What really wrong with you, boy? Eh? The ass is this. Alright, guys, we're gonna dive right into another reading. Let's keep going with the masculine energy because I feel so much more comfortable just being able to separate the energies and not give in to conforming and being so caught up on people's feelings. Let's see what pile is coming up here for the collective, okay? And I'll tell you guys whether it's I feel it for the masculines or the feminines. I feel this for the masculines because we know the sun energy in the tarot is about masculine energy, but strength and empowerment, I mean, come on, guys. I literally just shared a reading on the masculines. Standing up for themselves, okay? And that's what I feel. The union energy here is about harnessing our own individual energy, okay? So right away, I'm going to get masculine energy for this. I'm already feeling it. That as a continuation of the last reading, I do feel empowerment here coming up with the divine masculines, okay? Strength, empowerment, maybe speaking up, standing up for themselves, feeling more like a man, just feeling good in my skin as a man, feeling in charge. And that's what I feel like a lot of the divine masculines could be lacking. And they won't tell you this, divine feminine, okay? If you guys are communicating and they may be closed off or you can't figure them out, they're not going to tell you that it's like, hey, listen, I really struggled with a mom that was super abusive, or I haven't always had the best experiences in relationships because the women I have been with have been total fucking bitches. They're not going to tell you that just yet, right? But many of you in the feminine energy as a woman, you can tell, as the high priestess, you can tell in the way they pull away, or it's just when you guys have kids, your kid, right? And it's the same with your masculine. You guys are so tight with that energy that it's their pain. A lot of how your masculines are when they react and they pull away and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of the divine feminines are that karmic must have done a number on his ass. You guys can feel it. That's how you know how to move on the journey, because it's about showing this masculine, especially at a distance, what it's like to be treated as a man. That's what's popping off in the collective, guys. Okay? Many of the divine feminines are stepping in here to show our men what it's like to be treated as a man. Do you remember? Do you remember? Oh, remember it was under the sycamore tree. I want me, boy, me tell him fifly. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me. Right? The sun stopped shining for your masculines in their past relationships, right? Not again. Not anymore. Okay? And that's what's happening, guys. Is the divine feminines are learning, or many of you already know, maybe you're veterans on the journey, that is your purpose here. It's to remember our kings and treat them as such. They're recovering, a lot of them, from straight up toxic feminine energy, okay? Not women who are overly masculine, no. These women know exactly what it is they're doing with the feminine energy. That's how they can use it, okay? So don't get confused. Don't be calling women masculine women. No, they're not. They know exactly what it is they're doing as women and what they're doing with feminine energy. It's very potent. It's very, very powerful. It has the power to hypnotize. We call it manipulate in the earthly realm, and hypnotize is what it is, okay? I feel like your wish fulfillment, you've come into the masculine's life here as wish fulfillment, which you look at this, the sun in the background again, I'm hearing sunny, sunny, sunny days. So it's your masculines may be feeling empowerment, right? It's because you guys are bringing these experiences to them. It could be in the little ways that you might communicate with your masculine. right? Yes, make him feel like a man, you know. Yes, real make him feel like a man. That's what I'm getting. And I'm sorry my Trini's coming out. In fact, I literally just read a comment from somebody who said that they were from Trinidad and not to let people trigger me and just to, do my thing. So shout out. But, like, that's what I'm getting. Like, you Israel show him how to feel like a man. And this is what your masculines need in order to combat the karmic energy in this lifetime, okay? So don't get too triggered, guys. Like, when you see them return back to karmic situations, justice is being served. They're gonna see those illusions. They're gonna see that the grass is not greener. But you guys will get delayed if you start feeling triggered and if you don't remember the bigger picture. And as the divine feminine, as the woman, when you get into the high priestess energy and you have the book and you start, you're able to flip through the book and you can see the outcome, why get triggered? You know it's for the best, right? Your divine masculine is essentially like the energy of like your child, the way you would nurture a masculine energy. And I know that I'm on this journey and I don't give a shit what people say about me not being spiritually intelligent. Shout out to you, Kundalini goddess, which, by the way, if you had a Kundalini awakening, you wouldn't be up in my comments talking to me the way that you did. You know why? Because I grew up Hindu and I know from experience that people who have Kundalini awakenings are now, they've been and have since the moment that they've had it, they've been celibate and they've devoted their life to prayer. That's how I know what a Kundalini awakening is, and that's how I know people who have Kundalini experiences. So don't come to me and tell me if I had a Kundalini experience and you've had your Kundalini experience. Don't try to come at me with that like spiritual woo-woo bullshit stuff, because like for me, like life experience is what's up, right? Like you can't try to fool me with that stuff. I'm Hindu. Anybody I know who has, and I've heard about Kundalini awakenings ever since I was a child, and I didn't even care to hear about that stuff, but I had to because we had to go to puja and stuff when we were little. And we had to hear about it. And anybody who's had a Kundalini awakening, they devote their whole lives to meditation and prayer and God and celibacy. They have no choice, because once you have a Kundalini awakening and you see what the rest of your life will be, then you know, okay, the next thing is attainment, right? So it's best to devote the rest of your life to prayer and celibacy and God, because you're not going to incarnate again. So please don't, like, come at me in that way. And guys, also, this is like a message to you to be very like clear on like illusions and stuff, right? People will try to sway you in all different kinds of ways about this spiritual stuff. And like somebody said to me in the comments, like 5 to 10% of masculines or men, are divine feminines. And I'm like, who gave you this number? And they quoted someone else's tarot channel, but I was like, is it 5? Is it 10? Is it in between? Does it fluctuate? So please be very, very discerning on the journey, okay? But a lot of breakthroughs for the masculine I feel happening, and that's essentially what union is, right? Like the more you delve into your own energy that you are meant to delve into here, and I feel like your counterpart, your masculine, your feminine, they could be a big trigger, right? Like if you're a woman born here, this man could be coming up into your life and it's like, damn, like this union energy is strong because they are scrumdiddlyumptious, right? Like a Wonka bar type shit. Like they test you in every way. They turn you upside down, inside out. And it's like, what is all of this about? But guys, I'm telling you, like, make sure you stay attached to words like integration. What is this teaching me, right? Like, I need to be responsible with this. This is a crazy, big, powerful, amazing, beautiful gift, right? And both of you, man or woman, you need to be responsible with this energy and with this gift that's been given to you, okay? We have deception and temptation as well. And I like that this is coming up because I do feel like for both of you, deception and temptation in this particular reading and what we've been talking about is don't get deceived by others on the journey and don't get tempted by others on the journey. Readings are like a drug, okay? Think about it like you're drinking, or you're gonna go take a smoke, or you don't want to do too much. You can have maybe one or two drinks, have a good smoke, but you can get drunk, intoxicated off of these readings and the energy and the information. So treat it like that is the best way I could put it. And I feel like that's a direct masculine energy that's coming through here. It's like the type of advice a man could only give. But they're trying to warn you guys against this, okay? Don't be deceived. Don't be tempted by the spiritual stuff, okay? Don't get lost in it. Understand that it's like, hey, let me start from the bottom and let me start at the foundation, right? Like, what do I need to do for myself in this lifetime? What do I want to do? How do I want to secure myself? How strong do I want to be? Like, what are my goals? What intentions do I have for myself? Once you guys start thinking along those lines and you start doing those things in your own feminine way, in your own womanly way, or in your own manly way, you're going to do big things in this world. Okay? You were put here in the energy that you were put in to do beautiful things in the world. You're not meant to try to figure out if you're this one or you're that one or if you should work with both. Just work with what you got and you're going to do just fine. And that's why your feminine is here, so that you don't have to worry about figuring out whether you're this or you're that. That's where your feminine comes in, and she will soothe you, just like you will light the fire under her butt to take action. You're going to push her to take action. She's going to soothe you. And together, you're going to go out there and you're going to fulfill your individual purpose. And that's exactly what union is all about and integration is all about, okay? And we do have apology and forgiveness, because I feel like your masculines are like, I owe you a huge apology, because I feel like maybe through these readings they're like, yeah, like I feel very, very understood, and maybe I really, really misjudged you, but what you're saying speaks a lot of truth or makes a lot of sense. I see a lot of respect coming through for us as women on the journey, and realizing that it's like, yeah, we might have sounded really crazy with the spiritual stuff, but you're a masculine and we're looking out for you, and we know that this is how you learn, and we got to take ourselves down and meet you where you are, as above, so below. So I do see many of you kind of taking it down a notch and meeting your masculines where you're at, and it's putting them into this very humbling energy of saying, okay, maybe I might owe you an apology, because what you're starting to say makes a lot of sense to me. All right, guys, I love you. Take it easy, and me and this saucy beaver. Okay, Maggie Lee. All right. Hi, baby. Look at you like a little beaver in the basket. Huh? How could anybody not want me to give you love? I didn't know what is called a saucy bossy beaver, How could somebody not want to hear me give you love? That person real hard up, man. They're real hard up in their heart, man. The saucy beaver. And guys, saucy beaver and bossy beaver is from Franklin the Turtle. So get your gutter out of the minds, those of you who cringe at saucy beaver and associate it with the juicy pea. That is not where my mind went, okay? From Franklin the Turtle, there's a character called Beaver, and she's very saucy, as in a saucy attitude, and she's a beaver. And if you're a cat owner, then you call your cat like a beaver. You can call them a possum. I call her a little rat, my little gerbil, my little gerbil. It just depends on the mood I'm in, But because they're furry and stuff, it's like you can't help but call them cute names. And for me, I don't know, beaver, maybe it's a Canadian thing, but I never thought to associate it with anything dirty. I was just like, a saucy beaver, like bossy beaver, like in Franklin the Turtle, Beaver's character, bossy beaves. You see how people dirty and bad mind, and then they just try to come and throw the thing on you? They're real dirty. Alright, guys, take it easy. I'll catch you guys again.